Welcome back everyone to another ESO build video. This one has been done before, but there was a request, or multiple requests actually, for an update on it based on the Homestead patch. Now, the gear sets I have kept exactly the same. The champion points have been altered very slightly, but he's now stronger. Although the sets we're using are prop based, they do prop a lot, pretty much all the time. They were nerfed in the terms that they are supposed to not crit anymore. Now that is true, they don't crit, the damage doesn't crit, and the heals don't crit. But they are really powerful, so they don't need to. One major bonus, however, is that one of our skills has been remorphed, because that one now does crit. So, if you want to see the full build video, I will put a link to that in the description. But most of the information is already on the other video. There's not much change, but the stuff it has I'm now going to go over, and then I'm going to go get smacked a bit up the top there with all the mobs and show you how strong the heals are and show you how to attempt to sustain. Now once again, if you want Eben and Alkosh, or you want to go full meta tank for end game content and all the rest of it, by all means do that, but this video is not for those people. That has already been done. And for the crybabies that go, you're not wearing Eben and Alkosh, guess what? That's called copying. No, I'm not going to do that. Now, let's see what we've got. Same stuff. Malabeth on both head and shoulders, because this has now been changed. It's still 30% healing received, but it's an actual buff type. It's major vitality. We use 5-piece leeching, which gives us lots of healing received, max health, and 8% chance when getting attacked by anything at all to do poison damage and area of effect under the target that hit you, and every second you get a heal for the damage done. Very strong, stacks with loads of healing received. A lot of healing received. The other set is the dragon. I was trolled for using this in the first place by some very popular YouTubers who I won't mention their names, but they know who they are, and funnily enough they're now using this. So, thanks for watching. Now, the pieces, again I'll put in the description. This is from Lord Warden, always comes in defending, very easy sword to get, perfect trait. The shield, I'll put that in the description as well. There is a named boss in the delve called Stormcrag Crypt, I believe, which is in Eastmarch. He drops this in reinforced. Very nice. The rest of it comes from Eastmarch or the surrounding bosses and delves and such in that area, and the leeching again comes from ICP, Imperial City Prison, from not just Lord Warden but from all the rest of the mobs as well. Food wise is exactly the same as before. I'm using max health and magic recovery food, although if you prefer to have more stamina, be a little bit careful with your magica use, but you can use this instead, which is max health, max stam, so then you can block more if you prefer to play that way. Also, what you can do if you prefer to play that way is you can put more stam into the gear on the enchants if you like, and just be sure that your jewelry has magical recovery all over it, because it's very important. We have it on the set as well. Now, stats wise, we're pretty much the same as before. Buff up, pop. We're sitting on 2.8k magical recovery, nearly 47k health, 10k stam, 10k magica almost, and reasonable resist across the board. All into health here. We are vampire, so we take a shit ton less damage when we're low health, and the reason we have so much health is because that makes our Ignis shields larger for just me, not just me, but for the group as well. And bone shield is also larger because they have more health. Now be careful how you use that. Make sure that you heavy attack all the time to get your stam back while you're spamming these shields. I did mention it in a previous video, and I'll also show you in a moment when I go and get hit by loads of stuff. But this is really powerful. Now, the other skills, again, I'm still using Mist Form because it's ridiculously powerful, and most targets it works with, except for major bosses. Those ones can negate this, but everything else it works with. It really does reduce a lot of damage. It's very good for off tanking when you need to get from one place to another really quickly, which you will do, especially if you're manipulating enemies. Say for example, this dude is an archer and we want him over here. He's not going to come to me if I taunt him, because he's still in range. So, I'll taunt him, give him a quick stab, boom, I'm off. And I'll run to over here, get just outside his range, and he'll probably sit about where that merchant is right now, in line with him. That's how you position the range targets if you're off tank. Also, I use Invigorate and Drain, because I use that to build Warhorns and ultimates with, as much as possible if I'm off tanking as well. In the dungeon, you could probably use it pretty much all the time, depending on the target. Dungeons, by the way, this will wipe the floor with just about every boss. You won't die, unless something really bad happens. Trials, get good at it first, then use it. Takes a lot to practice the sustain, but if you can get used to it, you're going to perform really, really well. Especially as an off tank, because you'll have full control of everything. Now, these do switch out situational, claws, chains, all that kind of stuff. That's where they go. Swap these out for it. Warhorn on the back, or magma shell, depending on the situation. Oh shit button on the front. This is probably the most overpowered and underrated ultimate in the game. You press it and you get a big shield, which once you fully morphed it lasts 7 seconds, and you block everything. It was broken before, where certain bosses would hit you and you'd fall over, but still block. Now you don't fall over. In fact, it even blocks the fireball of Rillis in Banished Cells. During that time while this is active, all your one-hand and shield abilities are free, which means your taunt and your absorb magicka are all free. Your heroic slash is free, and you can basically just spam taunt on every single target in front of you until it runs out and doesn't cost you a thing. So if you're tanking axes in AA and you pop that ultimate, because most tanks are actually using magma shell on that one just in case, you just pop the shield ultimate, just heavy attack, taunt, 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 they're all yours again, and you can keep them. Your spears and your ignis shields that you will be using, spears you receive from healer, sorry, you will keep your stamina up, and if you are struggling, like I said, you can change your food, give you a bit of a buffer, or you can change your glyphs or your attributes, which are in here. You can put some into stam if you prefer. It's up to you. I have used this a lot, so I don't need the extra stam because I'm used to it, but some people prefer to play with more stamina. That's absolutely fine. The build will still be very, very successful. Just take into account that the less health you have, the smaller your shields will be, and the smaller your gap to being able to heal will be, because obviously this heal, Dragon Blood, is based on your missing health. So the lower your health, the bigger the heal, but the less health you have, obviously the less effective it's going to be, because you'll just take too much damage. Now, to the final point, before I show you getting smacked by the guards. Dragon Blood got a big boost. Green Dragon Blood now has the Minor Vitality on it, which excuse me, which will increase your healing received by 8%. I've already gone over healing received on the last video. There is a lot. That's why the leeching is so bloody powerful. Also, it gives you stam recovery. That's quite useful for us because we do have our shield down a lot. And also, it heals you for 41% if you're missing health. If Igneous on, 51% if you're missing health. That looks nice. Lower the health, the bigger the heal. But it got buffed to hell. It can now crit. And I shit you not, it will crit your full bar. If you get a crit heal, you're gone to full. Simple as that. Champion points have been altered very slightly, 75-75. That changes depending on the dungeon or trial. Dot resistance, that helps. Bastion, 30 points for big shields. Quick recovery for healing received. These two passives are very important also. Reduces the damage you take while rezzing someone. You will be rezzing someone in dungeons because other people will die and you'll be standing there the only one alive. Even if the healer's down, you'll be the only one alive pretty much all the time if that happens. And no, it's not your fault if the healer dies necessarily, because sometimes people like to stand in red stuff. It's their fault. Increases another player's magic recovery when you pick them up. That's not massive for you. That's better on a magic class, but it still helps. Dimension returns on these as you go up are quite bad, so I split this between the two to give me a decent reduction to both stamina and magic. Magical recovery I rely on a lot, so I've boosted that as much as I can, whilst also boosting tenacity to give me more stamina back when I heavy attack, because I heavy attack all the time also. unless it's a heavy attack on me, in which case I block. Loads and loads of heals, loads and loads of crit heals, nothing else to do. This is damage based, you don't do damage. This is damage based, you don't do damage. Don't need it. Wasted champion points if you do that. Unless of course it's PvP, but this isn't for PvP. So, now I'm going to go and get smacked by stuff. Let's get some attention here. Misform I told you about. I get snared. Can I get snared? Nope. Boom. That was not a crit. That was 25k heal. That was a small one. Misform is incredible, by the way, like I said. I think he's got a snare on him. I'm snared. Breaks it straight away. Get in trouble, break it. Just blast what we can to it. Anyway, look for this green stuff. This is the leech and proc. This green stuff here. If it goes under any target, whether it's an archer over there you go, in the corner. That'll keep me alive. I'll just heavy attack to get my stamina back with Igneous running. Heavy attack, Igneous shield. Heavy attack, bone shield if you like. Heavy attack, Igneous shield. And just keep your buffs up. Now you block the big ones, like that. But the rest you can pretty much sustain through just with your shields and your heavy attacks. And as you can see, I'm not actually healing. Block that one, it's heavy. I'm not actually healing, but the set's blocking off left, right and centre, and they cannot kill me even though I'm not blocking. Now bosses, obviously they hit a lot harder, you have to block. But, oh, heavy attack there. I'm vampire as well, so taking fire damage. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Block ulti, why is it powerful? Let's run out of stamina, shall we? Stamina gone, stamina gone, stamina gone, block ulti, take it away again. Watch my taunts. Taunts are free, that's free, all free, and now it's run out again. But when you fully morph it, it lasts like 7 seconds. It's really, really powerful. So, here's a scenario for you. You're in up here in Archive, again I've already mentioned if you're in Archive. You have 3 or 4 axes, you're probably using stam food just to give you that little bit of a buffer, and you get in trouble. Obviously you need to taunt them, obviously you need to survive, and obviously you want your stamina to be able to re-taunt them. So pop this, taunt him, taunt him, taunt him, taunt him. 4 axes are yours, carry on. Heavy attack between their heavies, time it right, and you're fine. You can actually tank all day with that, and how quick your ultimate builds up as well. No problem at all. Generally most people use Magma Shell on that boss. Depends on how many axes you've got really. And do you really need to build up 200 ultimate? No, because I've got it again, look. Brilliant. I'm not even struggling. Right, now I'm going to kill myself, but I want to see how big this heal is. So, let's get everything. Everything in the room. They're going to smack me about a bit, because I'm going to let them cop me with a couple of heavy attacks. We'll see. See the speed of this freaking thing? Misform's incredible. Keep your shields up. You can block them. It's fine. Just time their heavies. See, I'm not even healing there. There's a heavy coming. There it goes. Block that, then you're fine. Carry on. Get the buffs on. Free blocking. Dodge also I can see. Oh, missed one also, I forgot. Look at that heal, it's massive. Got the heavies. I know there's a lot of targets here, but if you keep an eye on them, you'll be fine. Look for the heavies. Huge heal, that was from the Legion, not from the Dragon. I popped that late. Crazy. Manages to sustain. Don't panic. Keep an eye on the heavies. If they're not heavy attacking, you heavy attack. Keep the stamina up. Whoop. Whoop again. Big heavy coming. Block. Ulti's up. Now you're never going to tank this many things at once. You don't need to. I'm just showing that you can. Heals is massive. Most of the healing here is coming from the leeching because it procs left, right and centre. Heavy attack coming, block that, brilliant. Oh, missed that one. You can go really low health and then Dragon Blood will just save you. That's fine. So you can still block a lot. Keep them making the shields coming. Just block the big ones. You can dodge well if you want. Stand back from heavy attacks. I haven't even got a resist buff on, let's put that on. Let's find one of these targets. I want to build some ultimate. Let's build a Warhorn. We've got 105 right now. So Warhorn's 213. Light attack. Heroic slash. Vampire. Look at the Warhorn. Light attack, vampire again. Warhorn. Now let's try and build it really, really quickly. Should be able to do 2 of these between each igneous. Light heroic slash, igneous, vampire. You can time this yourself if you like. And see how long it takes. Now if you're off tank and you're doing this, your Warhorns are coming up real quick. And you're debuffing the boss at the same time because you're hitting them with a heroic slash. Other tanks probably doing it anyway, but it doesn't hurt you to do it. And then for argument's sake, we're in shit, got hit by something really hard. Let's say while Warhorn's running. So about halfway through. We're not even going to struggle with that either because the block ulti's almost ready. In fact, we'll build the block ulti. And then again. And again. That should be it. It's done. Nope, now it's done. I will put a link to the original video in the description. It'll also show at the end. As I finish, I'll put a little prompt up on the screen for it. Also, I'll put a link to all the armor sets, locations, all that kind of stuff. Any questions you may have, please put it in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as soon as possible. I do usually answer all the questions, so long as I can, as long as I have time. But we'll see where we go from there. Most of you have already seen this anyway, but as I said, rest assured for the Homestead patch, this is just as strong, if not stronger, especially now that Dragon Blood can crit, which is stupid. Instead of popping this and going to half health, you go to full. You know, the biggest heal I've had out of it so far, I did go really risky and go low health, was a 42k crit, and the biggest heal I had from the leeching in one tick was also around 40-41. And that's without me having to do anything. Just keep your ignis shields up and that thing will get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's really, really powerful. But try it out, see if you like it. Once again, thank you very much for watching. I will be streaming a bit more this week as well, since we've now gone quite a bit over 1k subscribers. When I get to 2k, eventually I will do another giveaway video. I'm not going to do it every 1,000, but for the next one I will. And we'll see what we can do from there. Maybe some nice gold shinies again. We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.